Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are tackling all of this wiring. And by all of this wiring, I mean removing it from the car and also stripping it down to all the connectors we don't need, like that big guy on the ABS block. That'll never be used again. We've got like turn signal wiring. I think there's a horn in here somewhere. Little hood latch guy. All kinds of stuff that no longer needs to be in this car. And I did make the decision, as you can see here, it says passenger door on that bad boy. See all those wires? We're gonna get rid of them. No windows, no locks. We're getting rid of all of it. So gutted doors basically. But yeah, goal is to, right now, for tonight, is get the whole harness out of the car. So I'm gonna get to that, because that's gonna be a lot. Okay, so here we are. And if I'm being honest, just the way that things have been going, this is a couple weeks after I got the harness out, okay? So there's a lot that's going on with the car, and this is just the time frame of when I got to it, because this is a lot. So anyway, I also took all the time in between to figure out roughly what I need to do with this, because this is the entire body harness for the car. That being said, there is a PCM connector here. This goes out to the engine harness. These are to the fuse box under the hood. And since I've pulled the harness and done a bunch of research, kind of talked back and forth with my brother about what the kind of idea is here, and did enough research that we believe, and I kind of already tested it a little bit, that we don't need the fuse block under the hood, and we don't need what is called the SJB, the Smart Junction Box. That's in the passenger kick panel, which is basically like a BCM. It's like a body control module. And then under the hood is like a TIPM, the totally integrated power module. But anyway, they just call it different things. So that being said, we are going to strip this to nothing, basically. We're going to just take what we need and then leave the rest of it where it is. Like, I need these big guys to seal up the firewall again. I need, obviously, our PCM connector. And then I already found the switch on power and the constant power for the PCM and which ground is which for the PCM. And then I'll need the taillight and headlight connectors, and I'm going to make my own my own lighting harness. So I just need the pigtails so I can connect back into the headlights and taillights. But everything else will be gone. So I'm going to basically strip the loom from this for this connector and the flying leads that I need, and then just cut off the headlight and taillight connectors. So, oh, and then the wiper connector as well for the wiper motor. I'm just going to have it for one setting of like a medium-high setting. So anyway, I'm going to get to stripping this, and I'll update you whenever I make some progress on it. Okay, update time. So I pulled what I wanted out of the harness minus the lighting connectors and the wiper connector. I'll cut those here in a minute. But the factory harness that I am going to reuse, I have removed, and it's a pretty big difference. So we are going from all of this, which that's some stuff that I already pulled from the previous video for the dash harness and like some of the factory fuel tank harness. Anyway, we're going from this all the way down to this. So that's that's dash harness that we're going to reuse. and then that's what I just pulled from that big guy there, is the PCM connector and the throttle pedal connector, and then some like canvas lines and whatnot. So yeah, we're going from that down to that. So that being said, the next thing we need to do, now that we have that stripped, we need to move on to the engine side of things. So the engine harness over here, for instance, when I was messing with that harness, I found something like this C110 connector I don't need. This is going to be for like fuel kick on and stuff like that from the factory. So, or like an inhibit for like the clutch pedal and such. So don't need this, don't need it in the harness. And then there's going to be, this is for that power distribution block guy up in the passenger front of the car. So we're just going to take a couple of the leads that we need from this for powers or grounds, and then get rid of this connector and just hold on to those wires. And of course the whole harness will be getting reloomed. And then stuff like this too. So this is for the oil pressure switch for the gauge cluster, and my gauge cluster from what we're deleting in the car, since we're deleting those, the BCM and such. My cluster, the tach and the speedometer should still work, but the like oil pressure, coolant and fuel and all that stuff won't work anymore. So since those won't work, I'm just gonna like remove the wiring for them basically. I'll keep, of course, the wiring for the temp for PCM, but for like the temp gauge, there's no reason to keep it because it's not going to work, because the BCM runs those gauges on the medium speed CAN lines, so which we're deleting that portion of the wiring. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the harness pulled off of the engine, and we'll start stripping this one next. So let's get to that. Okay, well, I got the harness off of the engine and transmission, and I got all the loom stripped off of it. So now I just need to figure out, or I know what I need to delete, or at least I have an idea of it. Like, I'm going to get rid of the reverse switch. This is downstream O2, and then this is for the power distribution stuff. So I need to figure out what I actually need from here and strip it of all the connectors I don't need, just like the other harness. So I'm going to look through all data here and figure out what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. Well, I figured out everything that I needed to get rid of, and yes, we're back in the garage. It's just the easiest place to show you the harness of what I've removed and where it's at now. So anyway, this is what we're left with. This is all the injectors, the coil packs, alternator stuff, O2 sensors and whatnot. If you notice, there's only one PCM connector here because the other one's over here. And this is the pile of stuff I'm not using. And this PCM connector controls downstream O2 sensors and the reverse lights and output shaft speed sensor on the transmission. And I don't see it necessary to keep a speedometer in the car because I never look at it. And then the downstream O2 sensors have been deleted forever anyway. So no more of that. And then these are all just, like, I think there's IMRC, the AC compressor, and just some random other stuff in there. So yeah, that's everything from the PCM, or the engine harness, that I'm actually going to use. So that being said, for this video, that's going to be it. I know we're halfway there in the sense of the harness, but the thing is with the harness, I don't really want to loom or make anything set in stone yet because the drivetrain's still out of the car. So I want to be able to have the drivetrain, all the fab work and everything done, drivetrain in the car, and that way I know routing, I know what's going to make it easiest to service. So that's why we're not looming it and we're not doing any of that yet. So that'll be in a video to come in the future, but there's a lot of other work to be done to the car, so those will be some videos coming up soon. But until next time, if you liked what you saw, give me a like, And if you want to see more of it, maybe subscribe if you want to keep up to date on it. And if there's anything you want to say, if you want to tell me you liked it, not just leave a like, but you want to say something, throw me a comment. But until next time, bye.